Welcome back, wary crypto traveler. It is the 11th of December. It's been a very long year. You've been waiting a very long time for this bull run to arrive, and it's finally here. I hope you've got your bags packed. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Ethereum and the ERC-20 token. At least I will make an attempt at presenting it in a way that is understandable, clear, and sufficient. I understand you were hoping for an analysis of the market, and instead you're getting this educational video on Ethereum. Analysis is coming tomorrow, so make sure to come back tomorrow for a video with the elixir by CryptoBanda. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoy this presentation on what is Ethereum. Here we go. ERC-20 and Ethereum. Some may confuse these two for being two different things. However, they are not. They are essentially one and the same thing. One is a name, the other one is a function. ERC is a technical standard used for smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain. It stands for Ethereum Request for Comment 20 and was proposed by Fabian Vogelsteller in 2015. Ethereum, or Ether, is an open source blockchain that is known for its smart contracts functionality and which serves as the basis for the cryptocurrency Ether. It is also the second largest cryptocurrency right after Bitcoin, and many people are hoping that we will see a flippening of Ethereum over Bitcoin over the next bull run. Gas on Ethereum is a fee or cost required to conduct a transaction on the open source Ethereum blockchain denominated in small fractions of the cryptocurrency Ether. What is gas? On the Ethereum blockchain platform, the term gas refers to the fee or pricing worth that must be paid in order to successfully execute a transaction or bear out the terms of a contract. Every time a transaction is conducted on Ethereum, there is a gas fee, which is calculated in GWei as well. That is the fee that needs to be paid in order to conduct a transaction. Commonly referred to as GWei and sometimes also called nano ETH, the gas is used to dispense aids to the Ethereum virtual machine. This allows for decentralized applications such as smart contracts to self-execute in a secure but decentralized manner. The gas is priced in tiny fractions of Ether cryptocurrency. The higher the traffic is on the Ethereum blockchain, the higher the gas fees will be for processing the transactions and the smart contracts. It's kind of like being stuck in traffic in a taxi. If you're stuck in traffic in a taxi and it takes you longer to get from point A to point B, your taxi fee will be higher for that very reason, because you spend more time in traffic, being stuck in traffic. This is the similar idea. If there is a lot more traffic on the Ethereum blockchain, for whatever reason, if it takes longer to process the transactions, your gas fees will be higher. What is Ethereum? Ethereum is a decentralized blockchain-based software that has smart contract functionality, which is, and right now it's not so uncommon, but in its heyday in 2015, when Bitcoin was the king and Ethereum was just coming on the scene, it was a very new concept, which is what helped propel Ethereum to the great heights of what it achieved. Ethereum is an open source and used primarily to support the second largest cryptocurrency in the world, known as Ether. Ethereum enables the smart contracts and applications built on its blockchain to run smoothly without downtime, control, or any third-party interference. Now, there is some argument on whether Ethereum is still decentralized or not. This presentation is not about that. I'm not here to argue for or against the switch to proof of stake from proof of work, and I will talk about those two briefly towards the end of the presentation. This presentation is simply meant to show you, to explain the basics of what Ethereum is and the ERC-20 token. By the way, if you are watching here, I noticed that 80% of viewers are not subscribing, so make sure to do that. Also smash up the likes on this video, subscribe to the channel, because it's free. It's a matter of pushing a button. The ERC-20 standard defines a set of rules that developers can follow to create their own tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. This standard makes it easier for developers to create and deploy tokens on Ethereum, as it provides a common set of interfaces and functions that can be used by different token contracts. This means that tokens built on the ERC-20 standard are compatible with one another and can be traded on Ethereum-based decentralized exchanges, DEXs, such as Uniswap and SushiSwap. This is why a whole ecosystem sprung out around Ethereum, because it allowed developers and programmers to develop new projects, new tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. And of course, since all of these tokens developed on Ethereum are compatible, they can function on similar exchanges, which are DEXs. Now, DEXs do not support coins because coins run on different blockchains, and so you will not find coins being traded on decentralized exchanges that are essentially built for the use with Ethereum-based tokens. Ethereum split into two different blockchains in 2016, namely Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, which is what Ethereum Classic is. Ethereum Classic is the original chain. Ethereum that we know now is the second one, is the fork, actually. This was due to a hack earlier that year, in which the hacker made away with 50 million Ether, or $50 million worth of Ether, rather, I should say. The hacker took advantage of a third-party project flaw and exploited a DAO, a smart contract set originally from the Ethereum platform. ERC-20 tokens are digital tokens that are built on the Ethereum blockchain using the ERC-20 standard. These tokens represent a variety of assets such as utility tokens, security tokens, and stable coins. ERC-20 tokens are fungible, which means that each token is interchangeable with another token of the same type and value, which is why one Ethereum will always be the same as another Ethereum in value. For example, if you have one ERC-20 token of a particular project, it is worth the same as any other token of that project, not of any other project, but of that same project. This is because ERC-20 tokens all have the same properties, such as a name, symbol, and decimals, and they also have common functions such as transferring tokens between addresses and checking the balance of a particular address. How to make use of Ethereum. Blockchain is decentralized because its public ledger is not stored in a single place. The public ledger is stored on thousands of volunteers' computers around the globe, each of which is called a node. The verification of the data stored on blockchain involves more than half of the nodes before being certified as correct. Cryptography is used to keep transactions on the blockchain network secure and to verify them also. In order to a block to be verified, at least 51% of the computers on the network must verify that block to be a secure one and a valid one. Otherwise, the block is rejected by the network and the transaction is invalidated. This standard that was created for Bitcoin is applied to all cryptocurrencies throughout. In order to have a secure blockchain, it has to be decentralized. That is the entire point of decentralization. And again, I'm not going into the details of and the merits of Ethereum having switched to proof of stake. Some will argue that Ethereum is no longer a decentralized entity, decentralized cryptocurrency. Some will argue against that. We're not doing that here. Computers are used to solve complex mathematical equations that help to confirm transactions on the network and input new blocks to the chain. Ether, just like any other cryptocurrency, can be used in financial transactions as a digital currency. Ether also serves as a medium through which users can carry out any task on Ethereum, which means that Ethereum can be used to pay for transactions, purchases, in-game transactions, and so on and so forth. And you can purchase, ETH is also used to purchase other cryptocurrency tokens that are built on the Ethereum blockchain. A lot of new projects that are launching will take Ethereum as payments for the distribution of their own tokens, which in many cases you need to be very careful of because there are a lot of rug pulls that are being distributed. And right now, almost anybody can launch a token on Ethereum and call it whatever they want and try to sell it. So you need to be very careful about that. And that's probably one of the major drawbacks of Ethereum, that it allows free and easy access to the creation of tokens, which may or may not be rug pulls or scam coins or whatever else. Ethereum aims to provide a system that gives users more control over their data, and it also allows for applications to be built and run on the blockchain. I think this is a bonus of Ethereum, that it allowed an expansion of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Yes, there are some drawbacks to it, but overall, I think Ethereum's contribution to the development and growth of the cryptocurrency ecosystem overall is significant. There's other cryptocurrencies that followed, basically. Cryptocurrencies like DOT and ADA are some of the biggest ones that basically follow a similar example but try to improve upon Ethereum. And just like many people say that Bitcoin needs to be improved on, that it's, you know, it's kind of first version of a cryptocurrency. Now there are better ones, like some people say Caspa or Carlson are two examples of a possible improvement on Bitcoin. I think Ethereum faces a similar faith in which it may be superseded by other cryptocurrency blockchains like Cardano or Polkadot, aiming to do the same things that Ethereum is, but, you know, to improve upon them. To run these applications and have this level of control on the Ethereum platform, it requires Ether. The more the number of people making use of the platform, the higher the fees. So this is, again, like I said before, if you're stuck in traffic, if there's more people on the road, then your gas fees will be higher. How to store Ether? Obviously, you will need wallets to store Ethereum. Most of these wallets are digital and can be accessed via laptop or smartphone. If you haven't seen my previous video on smart wallets, on cryptocurrency wallets, then please make sure to check that out. The Ethereum wallet stores the private keys, secret keys, with which the user can access the Ether of the user. If a user loses their private key, they have lost their ETH, and there is nothing such as a help desk or customer care to contact to recover your private key. It's very important that you store your private keys and your public keys. There are always two keys. There's a private key that you can that you should never share, and there's a public key that you can share. It's basically the wallet's address. So again, check out the video on cryptocurrency wallets that I made earlier. This is essentially what the purpose of Ethereum is. There are two parties that agree to a transaction. A contract is drafted, then a third party like a bank comes into place, and then the contract is executed. In a smart contract, the two parties make an agreement, they sign a contract, and there's an execution without the need for third parties. That's the whole idea of decentralization in every cryptocurrency that's out there. Smart contracts. The whole point of Ethereum having a system not controlled by a third party but by codes is included by a smart contract. Smart contracts are automatically executed when certain stated conditions are met without the help of any external body. The drawback of smart contracts obviously is that they can be programmed. You have backdoors, which is problematic to people who are not familiar with coding. Contracts can be checked. If you know what to look for, you can look for the through the code and find anything that's wrong with it. But for the most part, contracts are things that are put in place by developers, by programmers, in order to execute certain functions, and we as users hope that these functions are intended to be fair and just. But again, that's one of the drawbacks, I think, of smart contracts. They are not restricted to and can be used outside Ethereum, but they are popularly known for their Ethereum usage, because Ethereum was the first cryptocurrency, first blockchain that developed smart contracts. And again, they have been used since by many other cryptocurrencies, by many other blockchains, which are building similar ecosystems. And I guess they're trying to improve upon what Ethereum has already done. Some developers and researchers have criticized smart contracts that these would open up possibilities for security vulnerabilities. And that's precisely what I was saying just a second ago. Ethereum has switched to proof of stake just recently. It was proof of work during its launch, and now it is proof of stake, which is a major criticism of a lot of people, because basically what Ethereum did was abandoned a lot of miners who invested a lot of money into the mining equipment required to mine cryptocurrencies. In any case, proof of work, it was one of the most popular consensus algorithms that were initially used by Bitcoin, and it's still used today by many cryptocurrencies. Whenever the blockchain network has a new block to verify and publish, in order to do that, a significant amount of computation power is required to solve a mathematical sum, and since a substantial amount of resources are spent in the form of energy, work being done, which creates value, which actually gives the cryptocurrency its value. The network rewards the miner who does this exhausting job. Proof of stake. This is yet another type of consensus algorithm, but it is less energy consuming than proof of work, because obviously it doesn't require massive amounts of computational power to conduct equations. It rather, instead of that, it uses smart contracts that are deployed onto the blockchain and then are validated by computers, but again, it doesn't use as much computational power. Some believe that it is more decentralized. However, under this mechanism, the age and stake wealth of the node are determined randomly before selecting it to verify and publish a block on the chain. Proof of stake blockchains are operated by nodes, which are oftentimes limited, and basically the bigger nodes, the ones which had more money invested into them, will be more likely to receive more of the blocks or the contracts submitted to the blockchain, thus generate more revenue for that particular node, for that particular validator. And so the claim that proof of stake is more decentralized is incorrect. I believe that decentralization is based on how well the network is distributed, and a well-distributed computer network using the proof of work stake can be much more efficient and much more decentralized than a proof of stake, which can have only a few validators to be functioning, and those validators will be in control of the majority of the stake for that particular blockchain, which eliminates decentralization. That's it. This concludes the entire presentation of Ethereum. I hope this was semi-clear, and I hope that it was understood, and I hope that it was presented clearly enough. If it was, make sure to smash up the likes, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video coming up tomorrow. CryptoFather out.